Across the valley of Elah, two armies face each other, the air thick with unspoken dread. On the Philistine side, a similar unease prevails, their bravado masking a deep-seated anxiety. His immense figure casts a long shadow, dwarfing the assembled Philistine soldiers. The valley holds its breath, awaiting the giant's challenge. His challenge echoes through the valley, a gauntlet thrown down before the silent armies. Choose a man to fight me. Amidst the chaos, King Saul sits unmoved on his throne, a silent island of troubled authority. The giant's taunts echo through the valley, planting seeds of despair in the hearts of the Israelite soldiers. Saul remains frozen, his face unreadable as his kingdom dissolves around him. In the serene hills surrounding Elah, a young shepherd, David, embarks on a journey, his steps light and unaware. Unburdened by the weight of war, David's youthful spirit shines as he approaches the heart of conflict. Each step brings him closer to destiny, yet he remains untouched by the fear that permeates the air. Goliath's boasts echo, each word a hammer blow to David's spirit, igniting a firestorm of disbelief and anger within him. His gaze sweeps across the lines, a storm of fury gathering behind his furrowed brow as he struggles to comprehend the soldier's paralysis. David's heart burns with righteous indignation, setting the stage for an improbable stand. The air vibrates with unspoken tension, each breath held, each heart pounding in anticipation of the unknown. In the stifling quiet, David's voice breaks the stillness, a challenge hurled into the abyss. Who is this man that defies the armies of the Lord? The challenge hangs in the air, unanswered, as the armored figures brace themselves, ready to meet the impending threat. Inside Saul's tent, shadows dance as David steps into the dim light. Saul's presence fills the space, a silent challenge hanging in the air. With resolute steps, David approaches the king, each movement measured. David's eyes lock onto Saul, his resolve hardening with each stride. The fate of their kingdom hangs in the balance as David stands before Saul. Inside the tent, an aura of dread hangs heavy, the soldiers standing like statues, their faces mirroring a shared terror and doubt. Amidst the sea of despair, a beacon of hope emerges as David, a tender shepherd, rises with a voice ringing with unwavering resolve. In the face of looming fear, David declares with fearless conviction, "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine." With a defiant fire in his eyes, David boldly proclaims, "Your servant will fight him." Saul's gaze sweeps over David, trying to reconcile the youth before him with the giant he is meant to face. He studies David, questioning how someone so young and seemingly unseasoned could possibly stand against such a formidable warrior. Saul breaks the silence, his voice tinged with concern. "You are only a boy." Saul continues, his words painting a stark contrast. "He has been a warrior from his youth." Inside Saul's tent, the atmosphere is thick with anticipation as David prepares to speak. David's voice begins to fill the tent, resonating with unwavering courage. He recounts his past experiences, each word carrying the weight of deep faith. The tent seems to hold its breath, captivated by David's powerful testimony. David's conviction fills every corner of the tent, a testament to his unyielding spirit. Inside the tent, David stands tall, his youthful face radiating unwavering faith. His voice echoes through the tent, resonating with the courage of a shepherd. "When a lion came after my father's sheep, I struck it down," David declares, his eyes flashing with the memory of past battles. "When a bear rose against me, I killed it," he continues, his voice unwavering despite the gravity of his words. With unwavering certainty, David proclaims, "The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will deliver me from this Philistine." In the dim interior of Saul's tent, a weighty silence hangs heavy as Saul remains still. He pauses, a storm of inner conflict raging silently within him. A subtle shift in his posture betrays his final decision. Saul nods, a silent acknowledgement of David's unwavering faith. A faint smile touches his lips, a fleeting moment of understanding. An unknown location, heavy with solemnity, the air thick with unspoken anticipation. Go, and the Lord be with you. Saul's words echo, a benediction hanging in the air. The weight of destiny settles, each breath a testament to the gravity of the moment. The room remains still, waiting, the silence amplifying the significance of Saul's words. David watches as Saul's heavy armor is presented before him. The helmet rests heavily in a soldier's arms, a symbol of fallen authority. The weight of the armor seems to press down on David. Each step is a clumsy reminder of his unsuitability for battle. The metal clinks, a discordant sound in the quiet tent. David shakes his head, acknowledging the impossibility of fighting in this state. In an unremarkable room, David's unease is palpable. David shifts, struggling with inner conflict, his voice laced with apprehension. David murmurs, "I cannot go in these. I am not used to them." His words hang in the air, echoing his deep-seated resistance. The cool water beckons, promising a moment of peace amidst the chaos of war. The battlefield fades into a distant memory as David finds a moment of tranquility. Beside the battlefield, a tranquil brook whispers tales of courage. David carefully chooses 5 smooth stones, each a silent promise of what's to come. The shepherd's bag, now laden with destiny, rests securely at his side. With his staff in hand and sling ready, David prepares to face his destiny. In the valley of Elah, David strides forward with unwavering resolve. With a simple sling and stones, he prepares to face the giant. The valley awaits, the stage set for an epic clash. From the Philistine lines, a giant figure notices David. The sound of Goliath's laughter echoes across the battlefield. David advances, undeterred by the giant's display. Under the scorching sun, the valley of Elah becomes the stage for an impending clash, armies poised for battle. Goliath, a towering figure in gleaming armor, emerges before the Philistine ranks, casting a shadow of intimidation. With a thunderous roar, Goliath challenges the Israelites, his words laced with contempt. "Am I a dog, that you come at me with sticks?" Across the Israelite lines, a wave of dread washes over the soldiers as the giant's shadow looms. Fear grips their hearts as David steps forward, a solitary figure against insurmountable odds. The giant's approach amplifies the Israelites' despair, their hope dwindling with each step. A collective gasp escapes their lips as David prepares to confront the towering foe. In the valley of Elah, David halts, his gaze fixed on the giant. David stands resolute, a single figure against an insurmountable foe. His unwavering eyes reflect courage. The valley awaits the clash. Under the relentless sun, the valley of Elah witnesses a stark confrontation. David, a young shepherd, faces the giant Goliath, a Philistine warrior, his resolve unshaken. He declares, "But I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, whom you have defied." With prophetic force, David proclaims, "Today the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and all the world will know that there is a God in Israel." An eerie hush descends upon the valley of Elah as the armies stand still, the air heavy with anticipation of the impending clash. The ground trembles as the colossal figure of Goliath emerges, his presence dominating the valley, a mountain of muscle and menace. With each step, the earth itself seems to recoil, the weight of his challenge pressing down on the hearts of all who dare to witness his approach. His shadow stretches long and ominous, casting a pall over the battlefield, a symbol of the insurmountable odds facing those who oppose him. The valley holds its breath, bracing for the storm that Goliath embodies, as the stage is set for a battle that will echo through the ages. In the valley of Elah, David sprints with youthful determination toward Goliath. His hand moves swiftly, securing a stone into his sling. He prepares to face his giant adversary. In the valley of Elah, the sling picks up speed, a blur against the vast expanse. Every gaze is locked onto David, anticipation hanging heavy in the air. The air crackles with expectation as David prepares to release. All eyes remain fixed on David. The moment of truth approaches. In the valley of Elah, David prepares to unleash his power. The valley holds its breath, awaiting the stone's fateful impact. In the valley of Elah, the stone hurtles towards its target with deadly accuracy. Goliath halts abruptly, his colossal form momentarily frozen in place. The giant's eyes reflect a dawning realization of the impossible. The valley of Elah witnesses a moment of stunned silence as Goliath crashes to the earth. An eerie quiet descends, amplifying the visual magnitude of the fallen warrior. The line begins to fracture, individual Philistines breaking rank, their cohesion dissolving in waves of terror. The Israelite lines surge forward, a wave of warriors hungry for victory. A thunderous cheer erupts as the Israelites charge, their enemies scattering before them. In the valley of Elah, David stands triumphant above the fallen giant, his silhouette stark against the open sky. A wave of relief washes over him, tinged with a profound humility. The vast landscape echoes the enormity of his victory, a silent witness to his courage. The sun highlights his form, a beacon of hope amidst the aftermath of battle. The Israelite army surges forward, a wave of righteous fury crashing upon the Philistine camp. Stolen goods are reclaimed, their faces radiant with triumph as they reclaim what was lost. The Philistine camp is plundered, as the Israelites seize what was once held beyond their reach. Amidst the chaos, the Israelites stand victorious, a symbol of reclaimed hope and retribution. Their voices echo through the valleys, a harmonious chorus, celebrating triumph and freedom. With every step, their joyous dance embodies the spirit of victory and the promise of peace. The hills resonate with the echo of freedom, a testament to the strength and unity of Israel. Saul observes David, his eyes sharp, the torchlight casting long shadows across his face. David's expression remains unreadable under Saul's intense gaze, the silence amplifying the moment. The fate of a kingdom hangs heavy in the air, the destiny of two men intertwined in the flickering light. David begins to recount the day's events, his voice filled with reverence. His narrative builds, each detail carefully chosen to glorify God's power and grace. The tent seems to echo with the weight of his words, transforming into a sanctuary of gratitude. Saul gestures magnanimously, extending an invitation. "Stay, David, stay in my court." In the golden light of the valley of Elah, young David guides his father's flock across the verdant hills. The bond between the young shepherd and his land deepens with each step, his quiet confidence echoing through the valley. On a vast battlefield, a solitary figure stands, dwarfed by the immensity of the coming conflict. As the dream sequence begins, in the heart of the dream, the battlefield transforms into a stage of self-discovery, each clash a lesson learned. Young David, earnest and nimble, coaxes gentle melodies from his harp, filling the tent with a soothing balm. The music washes over Saul, each note a gentle wave against the storm within him, slowly smoothing the furrows of worry from his brow. In the sanctuary of music, Saul's tormented features soften, finding fleeting peace in the harmonious embrace. Under the merciless sun, dust devils waltz through the Israelite camp, their tents stretched out in precise lines. Young David strides through the camp, his eyes reflecting an inner strength. David carries himself with a quiet humility, a stark contrast to the swagger of seasoned warriors. The distant cheers of the people reach Saul, his expression shifting from regal to somber. A flicker of jealousy ignites within Saul as the name of David echoes in his thoughts. In the valley of Elah, the triumphant Israelites erupt in jubilant celebration. Dancers twirl and leap, their movements a vibrant expression of freedom and unity. Children chase each other through the revelry, their carefree spirits embodying the hope of a new era. The elders nod in approval, their eyes reflecting the wisdom and resilience of their people. Beneath the open sky, the valley of Elah becomes a canvas of unrestrained joy, painting a vivid portrait of victory. As the sun descends, painting the sky with hues of fire, David finds solace in the fading light, his face reflecting the day's trials and triumphs. In silent communion, David sends a prayer heavenward, seeking continued favor and strength. Bathed in the warm glow of twilight, David remains steadfast. Under the moonlit sky, The valley of Elah lies still, the air thick with the silence of victory. Even the shadows seem to whisper tales of the giant felled and the young shepherd's bravery. The stillness of the night preserves the memory of a battle where faith conquered fear. A hive of activity unfolds as Israelites dismantle tents, packing belongings with renewed hope and faith. The air vibrates with a palpable sense of hope as the Israelites prepare for their journey. A sense of immutable change washes over David, as he knows his life will never be the same. The vast valley stretches out before David, mirroring the limitless possibilities and daunting challenges that lie ahead. Bathed in the golden light of the rising sun, David embraces his fate, trusting in the Lord to guide his path.